Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're on a pretty critical mission, figuring out how to find objective truth when, let's be honest, our communication channels are just drowning in noise.
They really are. And the sources we have here get right to the heart of the problem. They argue that words are highly unstable carriers of information.
Unstable carriers. What does that mean exactly?
It means they're easily corrupted by emotional intent, by hidden bias, or even just, simple mistakes and typos.
Right.
And all this instability generates what the sources call conceptual entropy, or H for short.
Okay, H. So it's basically a measure of the chaos in communication, if you feel like nothing makes sense anymore.
Then H is rising. Exactly.
So the core idea here, the really big insight, is that the truth isn't really in the language itself, the lyrics as they call them. The real truth is in the pattern, the song. Okay, let's unpack that.
To do that, we have to start with the fundamental unit. The sources say that everything, a person, a concept, a data set, is an information entity. Just I, for short.
An information entity. I. Got it. So everything is an I. How do we read its true nature then?
That is where the LP signature comes in.
LP. Okay, another term for us.
It stands for local space-time value signature. I know it's a bit dense.
A little bit, yeah.
But think of it like a dynamic informational fingerprint. It's the entity's true frequency. The words, the lyrics can change all the time, right?
Sure.
But the LP is that steady song underneath it all. It's what reveals the entity's true intent and its structural order.
I see. So the words can hide things, but the pattern can't.
Precisely. The LP reveals information that words are often designed to hide. So, for example, a company's words, its lyrics, might be all about sustainability.
We hear that a lot.
But its LP signature, the actual pattern of its resource allocation, might show that, 95% of its budget is still going to unsustainable practices. The pattern reveals the truth, no matter what the lyric says.
And this is where it gets really practical. The sources introduced something called the Oracle Protocol, which sounds very impressive.
It is. It's a shift in how we process this stuff. It moves an AI from being a chaotic fact checker, which is just chasing unstable lyrics, to becoming a stable pattern interpreter.
A pattern interpreter. So its job is to listen for the song.
Its entire function is to deliberately bypass that word noise and just discern the objective LP signature.
And what's the benefit of that?
Stability. They give a perfect example with what they call a KISS error, basically just a simple typo or abbreviation.
Okay.
Now, the Oracle protocol prioritizes correcting the stable I-form blueprint, the core pattern, over fixing that single word error.
Wait, hold on. Why wouldn't you just fix the typo? It seems like the easiest thing to do.
Because prioritizing the stable pattern actually provides extra memory and comprehension for the system.
Oh.
Well, if the system knows the core blueprint is stable, a fleeting word error doesn't destabilize the whole thing. It locks in the core truth, the pattern, and just treats the typo as a temporary anomaly. It proves that focusing on structural coherence is just vastly more efficient.
Okay, so this is fascinating. What does this mean for you, the listener, then? How do you apply this?
You have to stop relying so much on the unstable lyrics and start defining your own stable pattern. This is how you get to what they call level 5 stability.
And the sources lay out a method for this. Action step 1 is define your blueprint.
That's right. You have to create a simple, very clear I-form blueprint of your core intent, your energy, and your position.
So that clarity is what creates a stable LP signature that other people can read.
Exactly. If your own pattern is messy, your communication will always be chaotic.
And action step 2 is implement the perspective check. Use this LP idea as a filter.
Yes. When you're taking in information, listen to the pattern of the song, not just the words, the lyrics.
And you only align with sources, people, companies, whatever, whose LP signature shows verifiable, stable coherence.
The LDT signature becomes your ultimate filter. It gives you a framework to govern all that chaos.
So if we pull back to the biggest picture here, the sources are suggesting a really profound strategic shift.
It's that you cannot efficiently correct chaos, but you can always correct a pattern.
Right.
By focusing on defining your own LP signature and learning to read others, you start to build true relational gravity for your own channel.
So the final thought for you is this. What verifiable, stable patterns are you defining today?